Swelling numbers and not enough room. Chronic overcrowding has been blamed for this year's riots at the Villawood and Christmas Island detention centres. The Immigration Minister has released the findings of a review into the violence. It's made a raft of recommendations but failed to lay the blame.
Burning buildings and violent riots at Christmas Island and Villawood Detention Centre earlier this year drove the federal government to action. The Immigration Minister Chris Bowen commissioned an independent review of the incidents.
We had a combination of factors. We did have a detention network under stress. We had a high proportion of people in immigration detention who were on a negative pathway, had been told that they were not refugees.
The report stopped short of criticising the government or private facility operator Serco, blaming instead chronic overcrowding.
In a matter of about 18 months, a number of detainees went from, in the entire network, went from about sort of a couple of hundreds to 6,000.
The opposition isn't buying it.
I mean, this government's own policies led to the overcrowding of these detention facilities that resulted in the chaos and crisis and riots that we saw at Christmas Island and Villawood.
And refugee advocates don't think much of the report either.
The report's something which could have been written by the Immigration Department itself. There's nothing substantial in the report. It blames the victims. It completely exonerates the Immigration Department.
Well, you might be into assigning blame and fault. I think we were into finding solutions.
Violence and unrest at Australia's detention centres continues to rise, with the number of incidents at the Villawood Detention Centre alone last year quadrupling. But the Immigration Minister says detainee numbers have now been reduced, easing pressure at Christmas Island and Villawood. He says all 48 review recommendations around improving security, policy frameworks and communications will be implemented. Laetitia, Lemke, ABC News, Sydney.